What's up, everybody? Merry late Christmas and Happy New Year. Yes, we are totally that family that keeps all the decorations up for as long as possible. It's your coach, Marissa Johnson, and this week I'm going to share with you how to maintain a strong mindset during your matches. So yes, this video is kind of targeted towards helping you when you are in a match situation. Of course, I'll be making other videos later for pre-match preparation and post-match, how to deal with losses, wins, all that jazz. But my focus this week, of course, is helping you for during match situations. Now, most people, if you care about the match you're playing, will get nervous during your match, probably beforehand too, but that's a different story. I'm talking about when you're actually in your match and you're getting nervous and your muscles start to tighten up and you're kind of freaking out a little bit. I wanted to share this topic because it is very commonly asked about, and I feel like I finally have some insight on it now that I'm getting back into competitive play. If you didn't know, this new year is pretty exciting for me because I switched to part-time coaching on the court and replacing that with training hours because I am training for pro tournaments. I'm super pumped. But a big part of that is that I haven't competed in a long time, and if I did compete, it was very sporadically, and I know very firsthand that if you do not compete often, you're gonna be prone to getting even more nervous. And I'm here to give you amazing advice on how to cope with that just a little bit better. And just be warned, it does take practice. But that is kind of obvious. The more you practice and the more you go out and play matches, the better you are going to be able to cope with your nerves and all that. So I guess step number one is compete, compete, compete. If you don't have a tournament, set up yourself a practice match. That is key because you have to be regularly training that mindset. But anyways, I completely just lost my train of thought. Okay, well, whatever. I'm just gonna talk about the point of this whole video. So I have been practicing more often, and even when I practice during drills, during clinic, and all of these things that I'm training with these new people, I get nervous even when we're sent out to play matches during practice, which is a good sign. You know, it's a good sign that you are nervous because it's a sign that you care and that you're determined and that you care about this match, you care about your training, you just care, and that's a really good sign. So having nerves is normal and it's a good sign. Anyway, so I was sent out to play this girl and somebody I don't know, and it was not so great because I was very nervous, and in the moment all I could do was say my mantra and be super positive and just mumble under my breath like, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. And that helps to an extent, but I was still feeling those nerves basically the whole time we were playing. And this is the big takeaway, kind of what I realized. I was being selfish. I know that sounds super weird, but this is kind of like the main point of this whole video is during your match, don't be selfish. And what I mean by that is stop thinking so much about yourself. So I go out and I play this girl, and these are things that are rushing through my mind like, oh, she's gonna think I suck. Why am I here practicing with this group? Because I'm not as consistent as these players that have been training like this. And it's like, oh, my new coach is watching, and like, oh, what if he sees that I lose against this girl? And like, oh, he's just gonna think all these bad thoughts about me as a player. Like, your muscles are tightening up, and you don't feel like you can hit the way that you want to hit, and you don't feel good. And that's exactly kind of what I went through. It helped to an extent. Like I was saying my mantra. Like, I'm a winner, I can do this, I believe in myself, I'm an amazing player, I got this. And it was going okay. I did get better as the next couple games went on. But like I said, I was being selfish. I was thinking all about me. What is she gonna think about me? What is my coach gonna think about me? What are those people over there gonna think about me? They're watching me. You do have to kind of think like, okay, well, what shots are working for me today? what are my strengths, you know, blah, 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 blah. So let's say you're playing this point with your opponent and you see that a few times you hit a short slice and they really struggle with this short slice. So you want to start thinking, how can I use this shot against them? And it's kind of like thinking about them. Like, okay, how can I make them miss? How can I make them uncomfortable? Start switching your thought into their weaknesses and their strengths. When you start switching your mind and thinking about their weaknesses and their strengths, it takes a lot of the pressure off yourself, because you as a player should already know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You should know, like, that you can crush a forehand. So you have to think when you go up and between each point, think about them and try to switch it up too. That's a big thing. Don't just always try to give this person this short slice. You know, mix it up, make them uncomfortable, and find new ways to kind of make them hit shots that they don't want to hit. Put the focus more on your opponent and what you can do to win the point based on your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. And just by doing that, you will probably stop thinking so much about who's watching, what the outcome's gonna be, and you know, it's gonna take a lot of the pressure off you. And hopefully when you feel these nerves during your match, you can just you know, start hitting through it and be a little less tense. And here's a ton of little other tips. Like I mentioned, I said my mantra a lot and that helped a little bit. I'm gonna give you a few more tips that just help you during your match to help take the tenseness away. That one was saying your mantra, you know, pump yourself up. Maybe write a cool quote on the edge of your racket, like, I'm a winner, I'm awesome, crush it, rip it, whatever you want to say. Take your time in between points, you know, go to the back fence, you know, really shake it out, because when you get tight and you know that tight feeling, it's super annoying to deal with feeling that way. So just shake it out, and, you know, butt kicks, high knees, whatever you got to do to get this tight feeling away from you. And this was a really cool one. Between every point, take your racket out of your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, after every point, just put your racket in your left hand, because the longer you hold on to your racket in your dominant hand, of course, you know, and especially if you're tense, the tighter you're gonna grip the racket, and that's not how we play tennis. You gotta be loose and you gotta feel free. So that's an awesome tip too. So basically, take your time in between points. Think about the opponent's strengths and weaknesses, not so much about yours. You know, don't be selfish. Let loose and have fun, because that's what tennis is. It's fun. And you love it, and you're gonna crush it, and don't be nervous. I know, easier said than done. I'm still trying to deal with this myself, but it's gonna take a lot of competitions to make sure that I am totally feeling confident and not being so self-conscious about, am I playing well, who's watching, all that stuff. Anywho, so thank you guys for watching this awesome video on how to maintain a strong mindset during your match. And do not forget to like, subscribe, comment with questions. You can even comment with ideas for my next YouTube video. You know what to do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.